Well, hey guys, and welcome again to Into the Night. Now, as some of you are probably aware, Olight's running another sale again at the moment, starting for the main sale starting tonight at 8 PM. A couple of years ago I bought this Seeker 3 Pro off them, and they reached out the other day and they've sent me out this brand new Seeker 4 Pro, which is their latest model out that they're releasing in this sale. So we'll get it on the table and show you what's inside the box, what it all comes with, and there's a few things here I'm quite excited about. So anyway, I'll see you at the table and show you how this thing performs out in the dark as well, and a bit of comparison with the older Seeker 3 Pro. So anyway, I'll see you on the table. Okay, so here it is on the bench. So really, as Olight always does, they package their torches up very, very well. It's in a really nice box. It's all closed via magnets. So they give you a little note there, thank you for supporting them, and as always they always have this yellow card that just gives you a bit of information about saying take the insulation film out of the battery contacts, and a bit of information how to charge it. And so set that aside. First things first, we'll have a look at the torch in a minute. We'll just see what else is in the box first. So they've sent, I'll go through that. That's the thing for for hanging up the case, but I'll go through that in a minute. So in here we've got a long USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Got some instructions, some screws and stuff for the mount for the holder, some safety warnings, and that's all that's in there. Put that aside, and here's the torch itself. So they've got a different case than what the Seeker 3 had. The Seeker 3 came with a fabric case like that, whereas this one, it's got the plastic tough poly sort of case on there with a belt clip, so they clip onto your belt really well. But what this case has actually got is a built-in charger in the case, so you can plug a USB-C lead straight into the bottom of the case, and that'll charge the torch. And it's got new lights up in here that actually light up as it's charging. So the other thing this case does is when you haven't used the torch for a few seconds, it won't turn on. But before I do that, I'll take out the insulation film. Now these are Olight's proprietary batteries. They've got positive and negative on there and negative on the back, so you don't want to go shorting them out. They have got a plastic raised section in there. So they say only use Olight's batteries in these torches. It's a 5000 milliamp hour 21700 battery, so it goes positive end in first. Very nice feeling threads in there and a nice O-ring. So if you haven't used the torch for about 5-10 seconds or something, I think it'll actually lock it. And yeah, so when you actually first take it out of the case, it's a really nice firm fit in there, so it's not going to shake out if you got it running along, and it's not going to jump out by any means. So when you actually take it out of the case, it actually unlocks it, so you can turn it straight on. And now here you got your wheel on here, and that's your brightness. So full brightness is 4600 lumens on turbo, so you can sort of stepless brightness just by rotating the wheel and go back the other way and dims it down. Or you can do the same as normal, you press and hold and it'll just step from high, medium, high, like low, medium, high. If you double click it goes to turbo, triple click it goes to strobe, and it does have a memory, so whatever your last mode was, it'll remember that when you turn it back on. So you can charge it with the old magnetic MCC charger. So it'll just click on there, that will still charge it, but this is a new system they've got now with the charge actually built into the case. So you just put it straight in, it's charging, it'll start charging if you got that plugged in. So this thing here, you can mount that onto, say, screw it to your wall or the dashboard of your car or something. You can have that in there, you can have that charging in your car. To get that off, you just push it in and lift it up, and it'll unclip off of there, and you can just clip it on your belt and go. Or if you have it on your wall, you just pull that straight out the thing on there, because that just lifting straight up just locks it. Put it in and it's straight back on the charge. Now this one, as opposed to the Seeker 3 Pro, so the Seeker 3 has a little sensor there, proximity sensor, so when you got close to something it would dim it down, whereas this one doesn't have that. But you just have to be careful you don't burn anything if you got it too close. So I'll just go over a few of the specs. On the back of the box here, it's got the specs here. So 4,000 lumens, 4,600 lumens on turbo. It drops down after 2.5 minutes to so it doesn't wreck the LED and melt the solder in the LED and circuit boards. But anyway, so supposed to get be about 30. A couple of, you get a couple of hours. It goes for 2.5, then steps down to 1200 for 122 minutes, and then down to 600 for a further 35. But if you just use it on turbo for a bit and turn it off, and then you'll get a lot more time than that. So if you got it on high for 135 minutes, 1200 lumens, but anyway, it goes down. But on Moonlight there's only 5 lumens and you get 15 days runtime. So, and if you're away camping or something and you just want a night light to put in your tent or whatever, and you can just have it on low. See, that's locked there now. It's actually, to unlock it, you actually got to turn it, and then it'll start. Otherwise, if you want to take it out the case, the moment you pull it out the case, it's already unlocked. So that's a really handy little system, because I know with this one here it used to be a pain. You pull it out the thing and go to turn the torch on, and it wouldn't turn. You had to actually spin the thing and then remember to turn it, and then the torch can come on. So I quite like this system. So if you got it in your belt, pull it out and it's ready to go. And the button itself is slightly bigger as well, and it's fairly well raised, so you can find it really easily in the dark, and you can definitely feel that with your thumb goes straight onto it. So it's a really good system. Well, the other thing is here they've got this nice silicone grip around here, so it feels really good in your hand, really comfortable to hold. It's just a really good size. So anyway, we'll get it out and take it outside when it gets dark, and I'll show you what it looks like outside. Okay, so here we go. We got the Olight Seeker 4 Pro. If you actually look carefully in there, it's written in there Seeker 4 Pro, actually molded into the silicon. The Seeker 3 had it written into the embossed on the actual aluminium. So anyway, we'll put it onto low. I'll hit unlock it. You can sort of see it is there on the ground a little bit. And now I'll go press it and hold it, go to, that was to Moonlight, now this is low, medium, high, and now double click, and there's turbo. So there you can see my target's out there at, that one over there, that first one, that's at 50 metres. So see if I zoom in just a little bit. So there you go. So you can see, and the one up behind it is 100, and then there's a little one beside that, and then there's a far one you can just see in the background, that'll be at about 150 metres. So you can't see a real lot at that distance, but there's some cattle just out there, you can just make them out. They'll be about 100 metres away. So yeah, so then if you wind the thing here, you can wind it back down, and it's just stepless dimming. It just goes down, up and down, real smoothly. So I must have warmed up enough, it doesn't want to go back under turbo, because if it gets too hot, it won't let you go under turbo. So quite impressive little light. It's definitely only a floodlight. It's not a spotlight by any means. There you go. Let's back up to turbo again. It's cooled down a bit. So by no means is it a spotlight, but it's just to be a great light for camping, walking around the paddock. If you do shoot something, you might be able to go and find what you've shot. But yeah, it's a very good little floodlight, really. So and it's very comfortable to hold in your hand. Like with the rubber grip, it just makes it really nice and comfortable. So to hold it when it's been on turbo, this top part here does get a fairly warm. It does heat up. There's a fair bit of heat comes out of it when you go right to turbo. You can't even hold your hand there for too long, and the head of it heats up really quite quickly. But if you're holding back here on the handle, it's just really comfortable to hang on to. So those 4 LEDs in there really put out a lot of light. So it's 4,600 lumens. So anyway, it's the Olight Seeker 4 Pro, and it's a very good little torch. Well, I'm just going to wrap up with my final thoughts on the Olight Seeker 4 Pro. Now, I don't have anything I don't like about this torch. It's not a spotlight. It wasn't designed to be a spotlight. It's a floodlight. And one thing I really love is this charging case. You can have it in, you press the button, it's not going to turn on unless you actually spin the wheel, or you can actually press and hold it, and that turns it on. But anyway, while it's in there, you can't turn it on, but the moment you pull it out, hit the button, it unlocks it. So that's the one really good feature. I love that you can take it off your belt at the end of the night or the end of the day or whatever, and stick it in there, charge it up, or leave it in the case. You can have that on your dashboard with that other mount that it comes with, and just leave it sit on there. You just push it in, take it off. It's really good, quite a good system. I really like it. Now, Olight do have a sale on at the moment. You can go over there. I'll leave a link in the description below, and if there's anything that's not on sale, or you're watching this video after the sale's finished, I've got a code. I'll put it up here, is ITN10, ITN10. So if you use that, it'll give you 10% off any items site-wide. So go and check about. This torch feels really good in your hand. It's just a great little comfortable size and grip and everything, especially with that nice silicone grip. Just feels really nice in your hands, and just the finish on it is amazing. As old Olights, I haven't seen one that's not a nice finish, and it is a very good torch. So, and just the output, the light output is brilliant. So if you're in a market for a good little, just a multi-purpose torch, just to walk around at night, camping, whatever, having your car as just a go light. So there you go, the Olight, there's another name for you, a go light. So anyway, go and check them out, go and get yourself a torch while they're on special. And anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this little bit of a review, and I'll catch you all in the next video.